Welcome to the NBTLT podcast with your guides to this magical journey, Lon and Zumi.
Welcome to another episode of the Nothing Better to Listen To podcast, the only podcast that really knows what happened to JFK, or who really killed him.
We're not telling, though.
I'm not telling.
I'm not telling.
How you doing, Zumi?
Dude. I'm still trying to get used to this bi-weekly podcast thing.
I know it's a little weird. I mean, the upside is we have more content to talk about that we never actually get to. The downside is that I don't get to talk to you.
Yeah. I can't. I haven't been able to go on a rant on how the Cavaliers are doing. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Warriors beat the shit out of them for 3 games.
Yeah.
And then this last game I got to watch some of it, and it was like watching the Celtics play the Cavaliers. Just didn't make any sense. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, well, the sad part of it is, it seems a little unfair,
How's that unfair?
No, I mean, the Warriors, they're just, so good. Like, they look so unstoppable that...
You think that they should just end it?
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, I was speculating a sweep.
Yeah, I think most people after that third game were like, yeah, it's probably over. It's probably over anyway.
Yeah.
They only need one more.
Right.
So.
Although, I mean, LeBron didn't he do it last year when they were down and they won 3 consecutive, or?
Yeah, but you can't really count on LeBron to do that all the time. He can't count on him to do it twice. But I mean, anything's possible. But Tom Brady did come back from a 28-3 deficit.
That is true.
And I'm going to keep reminding people of that. Speaking of which, did you know that the rings that the Patriots got have exactly 283 diamonds in them?
Like per ring?
Yeah. And that was done on purpose to reference the 28-3.
Oh, I get it. That's clever.
That's some next level trolling.
I know.
And then you hear Falcons fans committing suicide.
Were they really?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, damn, dude, where I've been.
Death by whiskey.
Did you have you been watching any hockey at all?
No, I just know that the Penguins are kicking ass.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know what's happening right now.
Well, they play. I think they play tomorrow, and if they win, they're the champions. If they lose, they'll play on Tuesday, but it'll be a home game.
Ooh.
So yeah.
So they pretty much won.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe I just don't know how do you go from barely losing to winning 6-0.
Well, it is Pittsburgh, so they do weird stuff with sports. But yeah, I don't watch too much hockey. I've been getting in a little bit into basketball just because the Celtics went so far, and then it was interesting to see them get that far. I mean, but and after that, it was just kind of a mild interest.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for football season to start, dude. It's killing me.
Yeah, I'm still, I'm still a free agent. Still don't know who I'm gonna root for.
So you haven't committed to the Vikings yet?
I haven't. No, I have not committed to the Vikings. I actually might root for the Rams, but then again, I'm it could be another San Diego team,
I don't even think that they're that good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But yeah,
I think the last time the Rams were good is when the Patriots beat them in the Super Bowl.
that's quite a while ago.
Yeah, what is that? 2001.
Yeah. Did Oh, we actually have news for our audience.
Yes,
Right?
even though they actually did it.
Well, yeah, but we I mean, we put in some work too, right?
Yeah, well, I like to think so.
It can't just be all about them.
It can't.
Just saying.
I mean, when did it become you, the one getting on the fans, and me defending them?
I believe just now. No, so the good news is that we have a YouTube channel now.
Well, yes, and I got to get it all set up. I do have to load up all the episodes and stuff, and learn how to do the interworkings of putting up an image for an audio file. Like I'll probably just do the podcast logo or something like that, or the wallpaper. But yeah, and we do have one more little piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much the same area. It's has to do with the fans. We have officially crossed and surpassed the 1,000 downloads just for this year. I mean, it may not seem very big, for some of those podcasts, but for us,
yeah, for us, it's huge. Like I was looking at, I was watching Bill Burr.
Yeah,
and like, because I think it's like the fans that upload segments of his podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker has millions, and I'm like, jeez.
Well, we're hoping that the YouTube channel, not necessarily that it will bring in more fans. I mean, that would be an awesome thing, but we're looking at it as more of a different way for you to enjoy it. Or to, use it however you will. But we're also putting up the YouTube channel for not only episodes of the show, but for other things that we want to put up. Favoriting videos, or loading up our playlists for that week or something like that.
Yeah, maybe we might. Well, I don't know how viable the live podcast recording would go. What would be for us?
It was with the YouTube Live. Yes, we can do it. But if we're gonna do YouTube Live, I want to do the full video. Like the not just audio. But once we get up live, which, by the way, totally reminded me of something. I actually got to speak with my Aunt Judy during the week. I haven't spoken to her in over 8 years.
Jesus.
And she lives in Boise, Idaho. And she was wondering, like, why the hell she had never come to visit us,
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not that far away. And she told me that she wanted to call in tonight while we were recording. And I had to explain to her, I'm like, no, this isn't live. But I mean, you can try to call us on Skype, and I can, attempt to record it and fumble around. So there's a possibility. There's a possibility.
Oh, okay.
That we might have a caller.
Well, shout out to Aunt Judy.
Yeah. But yes, 1,000 downloads. We've already surpassed it. Actually, I haven't looked at it today. I'm pretty sure we're almost to 1,100 already. Yeah, just about 11 or 1050. So you're doing good, people. Thank you to the fans. You guys are awesome because you guys are steady. It's amazing. Like every week, it's almost the same amount of downloads, and there's a few new ones. And you guys are loyal, so you're awesome. I can't believe somebody would want to listen to us for 2 hours.
I would,
let alone 24 times.
Well, I mean, just to put stuff in perspective, we listened to ourselves for 4 hours.
Yeah,
because we record and then we. Well, Lonnie, you actually might listen to us more because
I might.
editing.
I gotta tell you that there's some of these stories
I get to,
that we
I get to listen just the end product and be like, okay, yeah, that came out okay. We could have worked on this or whatever, and that's it.
yeah. But when I'm going through editing, I gotta tell you that some of these stories are starting to get old. You know, like after you listen to it like 10 times, just going back and making sure everything is good, and it's like, oh my god, if I have to hear that line again. So, but that's why I say, like, dude, in the future we gotta hire somebody. Oh my god. Because I want to make it so that I have enough time, or at least we have somebody that has enough time, that after each episode, if we're going to continue the recording thing instead of live, that it will just be uploaded the night of. But pipe dreams.
Yeah, in the future, in the near future.
Yeah.
So,
which I might have a better situation if we move soon, because we put an offer in on a house today.
I was just about to ask you about that.
Yeah, we had put one in already on a different house, and somebody else put in a slightly higher bid.
So they said no?
Yeah, so we're like, fuck it, all right. So we put in one for this one, and we found out from our realtor that there's one other offer in, and we'll find out by tomorrow which one the owners take. So we'll see. But if we get into this house, there is room to put up a studio and stuff like that, and kind of seclude myself to, get things done. So we'll see.
You'll still have.
I know you're jealous because I know you want a studio too.
I do. I mean, you'll probably still have echo on my side, so.
But that's okay. Yours is easy to get rid of.
Dude, I tried it. I don't know if I told you this. Like the house that I live in right now, or that I rent, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
And 1 bedroom was set aside for me, and my wife specifically said, "You're gonna dump your computer and your recording shit, and you're just gonna like lock yourself in there, so we don't have to hear you laugh and screaming and all that shit when you go on a rant."
You're like, sweet.
And I'm like, nice. So, for some odd reason, the desk never came, and we put another bed.
Of course.
And then the kids all of a sudden invaded that room. So now they have a toy room with a bed, and they have my supposedly recording room with a bed, and that's the one that they sleep in. And
so now you're in the living room or the kitchen?
Yeah, I'm in the living room / kitchen, because they're like right there together. It's not a real living room, right?
No, I feel you.
So if you would see my setup, it's like, seriously, I'm using the stand where the TV goes.
Oh, okay. So yours isn't quite as fancy as mine. I'm sitting at my computer, like I have a PC.
Right.
You're using your laptop.
Correct. And then you have a boom. I just have the mic, like, just with the mic, the little mic stand that comes in, like the little small tripod that is made out of plastic. So.
God bless you, Anna. God bless you.
Salud.
Thank you.
But no, I'm going to have to, your birthday is in September as well, just like mine. I'm going to have to buy you a boom. And
I don't know where I'm going to put that motherfucker, though.
Hey, you'll figure it out.
I'm going to hang it from the TV, like, behind it.
Yeah, you could do it like one of those boxing announcers. Like just have it on a cord that comes down. And you're done and just let it up.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet. But actually, I do have the roof up there. Like, it has wood, so it has like those the frame thingies.
Oh yeah, the posts,
yeah.
Not posts, but the beams or whatever.
You know what I'm talking about. Those beams.
I got you.
Maybe make 2 holes and put like a pulley.
Well, I think that I could try to get you a boom and everything, but I don't think I could help you with the studio.
No.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. You're not getting that for your birthday.
No.
Just find a closet.
Dude. Like I said, my room's invaded by kids, and the other one's it's a toy room. I have no room. There's no room for the desk that I was gonna bring in to have everything set up.
Well, this house that we were looking at, it's got 2 garages. And when I mean 2 garages, I mean like 2 separate garages. And one of them is just for a single car, and that's all it's for. But the other one is huge. Like, just for a basic garage, oh my gosh, this thing's got to be like, I don't know, like 18 to 20 feet high.
Jesus.
And it's got rafter space, and there's a heater in it. Like an old school, like 1980s heater. And it's got a bunch of room in the inside. It's got a workbench and everything. And
so you're gonna get rid of that motherfucker, right?
With the big one?
Yeah.
No.
That electric bill's probably gonna be fucking up there, dude.
Well, the other thing.
Winter's coming.
Dude, don't tease me. It's killing me. But there are, pretty much every house here is either a split level or it has a basement. And
so you can high body.
There's a lot of rooms downstairs. Yes. But there's a lot of like closet space and a lot of little areas that I could put a corner in. And I was thinking just doing like two plywood panels and just putting like the egg crate foam on them, and then just pulling it down when I'm done.
Say what you want, man. Those things work.
Yes, they do.
They work wonders.
But yeah, that's what's going on with the house situation. And hopefully we'll find out by tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Do. Maybe next time you'll be a homeowner. Next time we talk. Are you doing this shit via the homeowners association or some bullshit like that?
I don't think so. No, I don't even know if we'll talk to our neighbors. I don't know if that's a thing that you do anymore.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
no, not really. But I'm just saying, like, if you're part of an association, like, man, fuck, I'll feel sorry for you.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't think that that's for me. I tend to keep to myself. And Christelle and I are not big on going to things like that, going to meetings. And
no, but if your house or your residence is part of the homeowners association, you're SOL. You're part of the homeowners association.
Oh shit, that's right, huh? You're required to be in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you'll probably.
And what happens if you don't go to the meetings? If you are required to be part of that?
I think you'll actually get like a ticket. Like you get penalized.
Oh, that's
like I got a warning once, like about my trash can like being outside. Like it has to be
3.5 inches away from the curb.
No, it can't be like on your front lawn. It has to like be behind it or some bullshit like that. The thing is, I couldn't have it like the boundary of where the house ends with the garage. It had to be like flush with, like behind it, not in front.
But when you
I got a warning ticket just because I had to be concealed.
When you own a home, if I get shit like that, I'm gonna be pretty pissed because it's like I own this. I mean, this is mine. You can't just tell me what you. I don't care what kind of organization I'm supposedly belonging to. I'm not gonna do shit just to please a bunch of people that want to have meetings and feel important.
Well, I'm just telling you that's how it works.
I'll burn the letters. But yeah, you tease me with Game of Thrones.
I did teach you with Game of Thrones.
And I see that you have a story to tell me about Game of Thrones.
I do have a story.
Or is it loosely associated?
It's loosely associated, and I hope it doesn't come true. So what do I have to do? I have to knock on wood right now?
Yeah, whatever. I'm not superstitious. So.
I kind of am. So if I don't want it to come through, do I knock on wood or?
I don't know. I think you like throw salt over your balls or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, I'm not gonna put salt on my balls. I'll put peanut.
I'll
put peanut butter. Make the dog lick it.
Okay. That actually I think cancels the curse out. Yeah.
No, so get this. So I had this fucked up dream about Tyrion, and I guess I should say like a spoiler alert, but if you don't know shit about Tyrion Lannister by now, like you're living under a fucking rock, and I don't care. So throughout the book, Tyrion, and I'm in book 5 right now. Chapter 63. There's 73, and it still has 10 hours left on the audiobook.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So anyways, so when after Tyrion kills his dad and he leaves and stuff, he like Tywin says Tyrion asked Tywin like where did Tysha go, which is his wife, right?
Yeah.
And then Tywin just replies, wherever whores go. And then because he said the word whore, like Tyrion shot him. Right?
Yeah.
So throughout book 5, Tyrion is kind of, he asks everybody that he finds during his trip. He always like makes that one last question. It's like, where do whores go? And everybody's just looking at him like kind of like or responding like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about type thing. Right?
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know if that has anything to do with my dream, but it's like a little backstory. So the other day, I'm having this dream where I'm sitting at my house watching the latest and greatest episode of Game of Thrones.
Sure, of
and
course.
And it's Tyrion Lannister. And I recognize the scene as him like, oh shit, he found Tysha. But it turns out that Tysha is kind of like, or at least in my dream, she kind of looked like a transvestite.
Naturally. I mean, don't they always?
But Tyrion was like, oh, I finally found you type thing. Like, I love you, yada, yada, yada. And she kind of had like the Lady Stoneheart role. She had like a posse. So what she did is like, she looks at Tyrion and goes, oh, kind of like, you know what? If you really love me, then you're gonna have to prove it to me. And it's like, and the only way you can prove your love is if you go through what I went through. And she has her fucking posse just savagely rape Tyrion Lannister.
What the fuck kind of dreams
Dude,
are you
that's
having?
what happened to Tysha. I'm sorry. So as I'm watching this, I'm going, no! Fucking no! You fucking fucking George R.R. Martin, no! Like you said Tyrion Lannister is your favorite character. Why would you do that to him? Like he already has mismatched eyes. You cut his fucking nose off, and he's a dwarf. Like and on top of that, you're gonna rape him by like a shitload of guys. Like no.
And now for the most fucked up part. Tyrion turns his head on TV and it's Zumi's face.
No, that didn't happen. That last part didn't happen. I was the one doing the raping.
Oh, okay.
No,
that makes more sense.
No, but I was like, I woke up and I was pissed because I was like yelling and screaming at the TV, like cursing George R.R. Martin for.
Did you have like one of those dreams where you wake up and for a little while you still think it's real?
Yeah, and I was still pissed off.
Aren't those the worst? And like you have like those weird dreams like you're late for work or something, or something fucked up happens and then like you wake up and you think it really happened. Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
So what do you think?
Dude, I think you have weird dreams, and I think you need to go see somebody.
You think that'll happen to Tyrion Lannister, though?
I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't really. it doesn't really follow the storyline. I mean, don't you think Tyrion's pretty safe?
Well, I don't know. I
I mean, he is the hand of the queen of a lady that's got 3 dragons.
yeah, but his cock betrays him, you know. No, I'm saying in the book, like where I'm at the book, and it's like I said, it's almost done. He still hasn't even met Daenerys.
Yeah.
He's going to her, but they haven't been formally introduced or anything.
I think you're pretty safe, Sumi. I don't think that those types of things are going to happen in the show.
Well, I hope not, because fuck, dude, I was so pissed. I'm like, dude,
what if it does happen?
I would like burn my books.
Would you try to hone that power?
What do you mean hone that power?
That you dream like the future of Game of Thrones?
Well, I have a recording for it, right? In case this happened, this was recorded on June 10th, 2017, and it's 10:15 p.m. Mark it, Lonnie. I have one witness.
Well, I'm going to be waiting, and it's not going to happen till like the very last episode of the 8th season. So, but yeah, well, there you go. Sumi's crazy ass Game of Thrones dream. I think you need to stop reading for a few days.
No, I'm finishing that book, but
all right, tread lightly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it would happen in this book. I think we would know by now.
Yeah. So, anything else happened in your 2 weeks that we haven't spoken to each other?
Oh, a lot had happened. A lot. And a lot of it is fucked up. But I really need to take a piss right now.
Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that right now.
Yeah, I know it's kind of early, but yeah, bladder of a 5-year-old.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and allow it, and we'll see you in a few.
Half
we'll
a second,
see you in a couple seconds. No, a second. I'm gonna do a full second this time.
Right. So we good? Are you fucking with me?
Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
Jesus Christ, dude. You can leave that in the recording. Fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. You see, people, this is the shit I have to put up with.
And we're back.
Fucking purr.
How was your pee break?
So you're not gonna, you're not gonna leave the other section on?
Oh, I'll leave whatever you want.
No, you just leave it. Fucking prick. Damn, dude, scared me.
Now, I want you to explain to our audience why that scared you.
Well, because on the past few weeks, my microphone and headset have not been working. And I've been pretty much troubleshooting for about an hour and a half before we even got to record. And
yeah,
well, finally my computer gave up. My Windows crashed, and I had to reinstall a new version in it. Yeah,
3.1.
No, I still got Windows 10, but because I didn't, because the whole thing fried. I couldn't recoup my license, so I had to buy a new license for Windows. Which, by the way, I'll share this with people because it's perfectly legal. And if you're still one of those people that actually buys legit copies of Windows, you can get them in eBay for $5.
Yeah.
So what happens is let's say a company closes out and they have a bunch of computers. The Windows version that they have, they own that, so it's like a used car, so they can sell it. So people will go online and on eBay and sell it for $5, and they'll just give you an old what's it, a card, a hard drive card or something, Lonnie?
Yeah.
Because they have to sell you something physically, right? But as soon as you do your PayPal purchase or whatever, within a day or a couple of hours, they'll send you the license code, and you can just put that license in, and you have Windows legit, and you can do that for Office as well. And
Are you selling
no,
something?
I'm not selling something. I'm just I'm giving you a life hack for free.
Do you got any more?
Oh, I got a bunch of them.
Dude, okay. I just want to mention that
you can get 30 days free of Prime if they fuck up your order.
Oh yeah, there was God, I thought I saw a video of some guy telling you how to get a year's worth of Prime for free.
I gave you the Costco one the other day too, right? Yeah. Those I haven't used it, but cause I just pull out my card. But
yes, and we verified that that's true for all Costco's. You can just walk right in and tell them that all you need to do is get alcohol or
go to the pharmacy.
Drugs.
Yeah. Drugs and alcohol.
They're essentials.
Yeah. But so anyway, so you can get that license and for $5, and you have Windows. The only thing you don't get is the Microsoft support. But who fucking uses that shit anyway?
I gotta tell you that
everybody has a friend, right, Lonnie?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Well, I found out today that my school gives me a OneDrive account. Microsoft OneDrive.
Oh yeah.
And guess how much space they give me?
Oh, it's like 5 gigs, right?
Dude, I get a terabyte.
What?
I get a full terabyte of storage on this OneDrive.
So if I give you a bunch of like journal articles, you can just download it for me, since
Probably.
I don't have access to my digital library anymore.
Well, the reason was, as I looked at it, is I'm going through IT, and we're required to make a lot of projects, and some of those projects are large, and you have to be able to save them in multiple locations, like on your computer and in a offsite, whatever. But dude, a fucking terabyte? How much is a terabyte usually for OneDrive? OneDrive, I gotta see this. OneDrive prices. Let me see this. Because I know that for like a 50 gig is like $2 a month. And
yeah, I'm not sure.
But I thought it was interesting because, like I get Microsoft or Office 365, like where you can use Word and Excel online.
Yeah.
But I was surprised when I saw the storage plan that they give each student for this class, or for this program rather, not this class. Fucking terabyte. That's a lot of space.
That is.
And I can't imagine how much it costs, because for each student, if 50 gigs is $2 a month, you got to be thinking like a terabyte is at least $100 a month, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's for each student.
Well, Google that shit.
I'm looking. The only thing I can really find is
GTS.
What?
I said GTS.
GTS.
Yeah, that's the acronym for Google that shit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I just learned that one like 2 days ago.
Oh, there's one that I found out. What is it? LOL.
Look out, loser.
No, I think it was lots of love.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because it was insane to me, because I had to look at it a couple times, because I at first I thought, like 1 gig, like that's what I thought I saw, and I'm like, a gig, I'll fill that up tonight,
Yeah.
But then I looked at it a second time, I'm like, holy shit, a fucking terabyte. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna load some books up on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a couple of journal articles that I kind of want.
Oh yeah, they say it's pretty much yours for the time that you're in school. So
Yeah.
they just ask you not to put certain things on there, like let's say like illegal programs or pornography. I'm sure that's not allowed. Hey, if it's an art class, why not?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, Research, right? Research.
Always research, Sumi. Always. I had just finished that English class, which I fucking hated. Ended up getting a B. In reality, we got an A because the instructor had fucked up in the beginning of class, like the first week. She didn't give us all the information that we needed, and so a lot of students got like an F their first week. And she's like, "Oh, that's not good. What did I miss?" And then she found out she had not put links up for certain things that we're using for every assignment. So a lot of people were just winging it. They're just like, I can't find out where this shit is, so I guess I'll just type some stuff out and hope that it's okay. And then she found out about it. So I technically, according to the school, I have an A, but,
Yeah. I mean, so do you have an A or you don't?
I do have an A. Okay. I have an A. But now I'm in my IT class, and it makes me happy.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the whole 5-week thing though. Like I thought I would, but the whole 5-week one class, there's a lot of information in each class.
I know, and then once you done with that month and a week, you can just fucking flush it down the toilet and focus on stuff that you actually will use.
Well, I am actually enjoying this one. I mean, it's only the first week, but I'm enjoying the first class, or this first week of class for IT.
I didn't learn shit on my art class.
Well, it's art, Zumi.
Well,
Does anybody ever learn anything in art classes?
Dude, from the discussion boards, it seemed like everybody was learning something except for me.
Those are horse shit.
I don't know. Like everybody was like saying like, oh, the strokes and this and that, and the contrast that he's using and the color, and it just fades out. And
you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a picture of a stick figure.
Yeah, I was like, it's a fucking red dot. That's all I see.
You're like, I'm really trying hard here. I really am.
So then I just look at the language pattern that they use, and I just mimic them, and I just said like, oh, the circular motion and perfection.
It sounds like you're talking about a porn, Zumi.
I'm sorry.
That's what you do if you're in an art class and you need some discussion post material. Just describe a porn and then change a few words. And you have art. But yeah, work has been crazy. We had this week we had one guy out on vacation, and we usually have 3 guys doing this job. It's a 3-person job, and one of them did their vacation this week, but next week the other one is taking vacation. So it's just been really, really difficult because you got 2 guys trying to do a 3-person job, and they don't send help at all.
They give you OT though, right?
No.
What?
No, you just can't get everything done. So it's damn near impossible.
But they won't give you overtime for actually finishing everything?
No, and it's something I won't get into too much depth because there are people that I work with that listen to this, and I don't want to give them any ideas, but it's fucked up, but most of the time, I mean, you'll have help. You'll have somebody come back and do it that has done it before, but it wasn't available. We just didn't have enough people at work, so it's just a little rough. I think it's better when you actually enjoy being around the people you work with.
Well, that was going to be kind of like my question. So what happens when you don't like your coworkers?
I've had that situation many times.
I've recently had the situation as well, where all of a sudden you're like, man, you know what? I don't really like you. Yeah. You ever had that realization where you just look at somebody, you're like, I really don't like you.
Yeah, disturbingly, I have that feeling a lot. Not right now.
Well, I think, it's really sad that you would have to go like at least for me, right? Like for me, it was I go home and everything's fine. Like if somebody asked me how's your day, I could say it's busy, but it was okay.
Yeah.
When there's somebody that's like really bugging the shit out of you, it's about them.
Yeah.
So it's like, how was your day? Oh, dude, like this motherfucker like did this shit again. You know?
Yep, absolutely.
And I really don't like that.
No, and I think that's for a lot of people though, and I have that every now and then where there's, and it could be anybody from like a, a coworker or even a manager or somebody that's they just make work something that you fear going to.
They make work a job.
Yeah.
Like till recently I didn't see going to work as a job.
You just see it as a place that you go that pays you.
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun. Like I felt that sense of accomplishment. Like I did something, and it still provide for me doing my hobbies and buying my little toys.
Well,
and all of a sudden it's like, dude, like now I gotta watch like what I say because I don't know if it's gonna fucking. I don't know if like
it's gonna bite you in the ass later
yeah,
on.
I don't know if this person's gonna use that shit against me and be like, oh, well, he's doing that and saying this and yada yada yada.
Oh my god, those people.
And-
Whatever happened to just going to work, doing your job, and going home?
Well, and the thing is, like, Bonnie, like you can feel this shit. Like you don't have to be a woman and have a woman's intuition. You can sense when somebody doesn't like you.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Pretty easily too.
Like you sense it in their like their body language, their posture, just like the fucking snarky remarks that they do, and like the fake voice that, oh, how are you? How was your day? How was your weekend? Like you don't fucking give a shit, so don't ask me. Like just you can say good morning and I'll say good morning and that's it. We don't need to talk.
Well, the biggest thing that is a big upside for the two guys that I work with right now is we communicate. If we have a problem with one another, we talk to each other instead of going and talking to the foreman or something like that, right? We try to work it out first. So say I had something that I was doing and I noticed something else wasn't getting done, and that was that other guy's job that night. All I got to do is go over to him and say like, hey, don't forget about this, and they'll be like, oh, and 99 times out of 100 the two guys that I work with are just like, oh shit, and they'll go over and take care of whatever. Or if I get offended or something like that, I can always just go and talk to them. But I mean, previously, I have had those situations where it's like, I have to watch what I'm doing. Even if I don't think I'm doing anything wrong, let's just say I do something out of order because it's just a little bit easier and more comfortable. And I know I can get something done faster if I do it this way. Even doing something like that, like there's that one guy he just gets off on snitching, or he has to have something on everybody at work.
Yeah, and then what pisses me off the most is that it's people that don't take responsibility.
Oh yeah.
Like if I give you feedback, like what you just said, and I say like, hey Lonnie, don't forget to do this, or you missed this, and you'd be like, my bad, I'll go fix it right now, it won't happen again, type thing, right?
Yeah, and it's not even like you telling them what to do.
Correct, but if you go and tell me like, oh no, I did that.
Oh, dude.
I did. There's somebody must have come in and fucked it up, but because I did it when I left, it was fine. Then I have a problem.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I will admit that I've done that shit.
So it's like, you calling me a fucking liar then? Like I'm trying to give you feedback here. Like,
I think that has to do with pride, because I have done that before, and I feel bad about it. Like doing the whole like lying because I feel offended that someone would question. But the situation was that, I was going to go back and do it at a certain time, and I just really didn't feel like it at the time. And I was just like, I'm going to skip this for now and just try to get this other stuff done. And then I just lied about it to I think it was the foreman at the time, and just said, I did that and everything, and then I look back at it and be like, okay, fine. Yeah, I didn't do it because of this. And it would have been that much easier if I just said, I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah, I can get back and go do that stuff or whatever. Because it's just a shitty response. You don't need to lie.
Right.
There's no reason to lie. You don't even know these people for the most part.
Right. Or you can always say I when somebody tells me something, they're gonna give me feedback. I always go like, did I fuck up?
Yeah.
And they'll usually be like, no, you didn't fuck up. You missed this or whatever. And I'll be like, oh shit, let me fix it right now.
Well, yeah, and now I'm at the point, in my, I wanted to say in my life, but just in my career, at work or whatever, that if someone tells me that I'm doing something wrong, I actually like that. If they're honestly just coming up and telling me, hey, you're missing this, or you're not doing this, and be like, well, shit, I either didn't know about it or I totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
And now I can go back and fix that, and from now on I'm good.
Right.
But
and that's the whole purpose of constructive feedback, right? But if every
and
time
people don't know how to take that.
Yeah, but if every time I tell you hey, you're messing something up, and you take it as I'm attacking you as a person, then I don't know, I don't like it.
I see the people that I don't like to work with are people that talk about other people all the time.
Well, that's what's going on essentially right now. I've been finding out, and granted, Lonnie, you know me. I'll give everybody, anybody, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, and you have to give me a reason. I don't care what anybody says about you. You have to give me a reason to not like you, or to not trust you, or whatever.
Right.
I'm not just gonna not trust you because other people tell me something about you.
But the issue, well, and like I said, the issue here is, one, I get the sense that this person doesn't like me. And then two, I've been hearing from multiple people the same complaint about, this person is too confrontational, doesn't take feedback well, just won't take a fucking no for an answer. Always, you're brand new and you're telling the trainer or whoever's training you how to do their job.
When did that become a thing? Because that's common.
I don't know. And it's just listen, I don't care if you had 20 years experience in something else. When you're here, it's you're doing the process as we tell you to do it.
Yeah, and
it's that for a reason. If we tell you that one field is not important, then it's not fucking important. Stop making a big deal out of it. What you think and what you used to do in the past is irrelevant.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. It's you may have worked, 10, 20 years somewhere else where it was this way, but you didn't work here. And if it's not unsafe, and if it's not completely idiotic and waste money and time, then what do you care?
Yeah. It's Sumi, the boom operator, fresh out of the Air Force, goes to his brand new job and all of a sudden tells them well, you should run it this way because that's more efficient. And the military used to be everybody was looking at me bro, this is not the military. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, and those are I've noticed that there's a lot of those people getting hired at a lot of different places. I don't know where they come from. I don't know. Maybe it was this generation, and
yeah, and
I have no idea, but it's this thing where they feel like they know everything before they even get trained. It's you give them a job description when they fill out their application, and they think that they read that job description, so I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't know.
Yeah.
all I know is that if this, like, a lot of people say it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't quit, but or for like one person or whatever. I'm like, no, I've learned at this stage of my life that I'm not gonna take that shit from anybody, and if bosses can't do anything about it, then I don't belong there.
Yeah. Well, it also has, it's also a thing that's like, I mean, if you are within certain fields and, I mean, there's a lot of different jobs that you could have. I mean, Christelle and I just watched a YouTube video last night about these odd jobs. I mean, like one was like a bed tester. Another one was like a sex toy tester and stuff. Like, like all these weird jobs that they exist. You just never really thought about it, right? But my point is that there's jobs everywhere. And I hate when people say that, there's no jobs out there. It's like, oh, no. There's jobs out there. You just don't want to do them.
Yeah.
And if you are completely unhappy with where you're working, I'm not saying quit right away and then go find a job. I'm saying maybe look at some other options.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with people being in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And like if I were to tell anybody like that's been working for like 5 years, they have like the steady paycheck and all this stuff, and I tell them like, hey, tomorrow quit your job.
Yeah.
People won't do it. They'll just look at me like, you're crazy. Why would I quit my job? And it's because of that fear, that fear of the unknown, and it's out of their comfort zone. But and that's why I've actually been doing cold shower therapy.
What the fuck is cold shower therapy?
So there's a bunch of, and this is one of the journal articles that I want you to download for me.
Okay.
But there's a couple of studies that backs this up. And essentially what it is that if you take cold showers, a lot of people will say like, oh, you're going to get sick, right? That's a common thing, right? If you get a cold shower, you'll get sick or whatever. Well, what they found was that it actually increases, it does a boost to your immunity system. And if you do them at night, it actually increases blood activity, and burns more fat while you sleep. And
that's one thing I knew about because Tim Ferriss, who wrote the 4-Hour Work Week and the 4-Hour Body,
mm-hmm.
he says one of the ways you can actually lose weight is by taking cold showers, or like even doing a hot shower to clean yourself and then sitting in the shower and turning it on to cold. Maybe not all the way, but like tensing your muscles enough to where your body goes back into ketosis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, essentially, it's like it's 5 minutes a day, right? For just take a cold shower. If you take it at night, it's better because you burn fat while you sleep.
Yeah.
So if you take a cold shower, you have more blood flow, or your blood is working faster, yada yada yada, and it burns cells. And one of the byproducts, there's no proof about this, that it increases testosterone levels. But
it's worth a shot.
No, but my theory is this. I don't know if I ever, and this is why I wanted to talk about state control last 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever.
Last podcast.
Yeah, it's been there for a while, and it has to do with another study done by Amy Cuddy, and it's called Power Poses. Are
these articles? Like journalistic articles?
Yeah, these are actually journal articles. And okay. and this the one from Amy Cuddy called Power Poses, a TED Talk. She actually presented the study.
Oh, so you might be able to find this on YouTube as well.
No, you can find it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I think happens, or the reason why people see that boost in testosterone is this. when you take a cold shower, the only way for you to like not be cold or be in the state where you're like, you know, like shivering and shit is to change your state. And I don't know if you notice, like every time you go to the beach or whatever and you like dive into cold water, you come out standing straight, right?
Yeah.
So you can do this. You want to be my guinea pig, Lonnie?
Well, you want me to try something?
Yeah, people.
Oh, here we go.
Like audience can actually try this. This is a simple test, but
okay.
So as you're sitting there, like I just want you to like roll your shoulders forward as if you're like a gorilla, you know, like, and just like look down as if you were like deep in thought.
Okay.
And without changing your physiology, try and feel motivated. Can't do it, can you?
No, I think that's impossible.
But now stand up.
You want me to go back?
Yeah, just stay in that pose again. Like
Okay.
So sitting straight, shoulders back, chin up.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And without changing physiology, try and feel sad.
Well, yeah, that's a lot more difficult.
Can't really do it, right? Like
I'm trying to think of Old Yeller right now.
And if you think about Old Yeller or whatever, the saddest scene that you've seen in a movie, like you would know that your body will actually try to like go into
I was just gonna mention. Okay. I'm gonna try not to focus on my body here. I'm gonna try to think of Old Yeller. And when I did it before, when I mentioned it to you, that's what I was thinking about. Like I can feel my shoulders lower.
Yeah.
But that's all part of, like, God, I'm trying to think of the word. You should know the word for this, like the signs that your body has for different emotions and stuff.
Right. So, but here's the thing, like with state control or with in the study of power poses, what they found is by you changing your posture and just holding a power pose like Superman or Batman. Or like if you're leaning back and you have your arms like on top of your hands or head, like you own the motherfucking place.
Yeah.
Or just holding like, you know, like the hands up, like the trophy pose, like I won, like Olympic athletes do. Just by holding it by 2 minutes, you would have an increase in testosterone levels. Men, I think it was like 24%.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just by 2 minutes.
Okay, do you think this has anything to do with guys that have an office job and they're sitting at a computer all the time?
Of course. Like, I think I've told you this before. Like, people in the 50s would produce, I think, like 50% more testosterone than men today.
Well, yeah, because those people are, like, out working. They were doing jobs, standing up, walking around, and shaking hands with other men and eating lunches together and talking about how badass life is. And
yeah. So don't believe me. Just try that shit. Try this exercise that I just did with Lonnie, and you'll notice. And just hold a power or like a posture for 2 minutes, and that's all you need.
I think you and I should do a separate podcast on just homeopathic type life alternatives.
That'd be fun. So with cold showers, what I noticed is that in order for me to like feel less cold, I can't be like hunched over. Yeah, like I have to be like up and be like all right. And like once you get out of the cold shower, like you just feel better.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird. You suffer for like 5 minutes, but after it's done, like I actually felt better, like more. I felt more energy. I actually, I'm feeling like I'm sleeping better.
Dude, there was, I actually remember this. Okay, do you remember? You've always heard of like, you know, if you're, let's say the term, take a cold shower and cool off. You know, like, or you know, like if you're feeling, you know, like horny or something like that, you know, you should go and take a cold shower.
No, you feel hornier.
Yeah, there was a study done a few years ago showing that actually makes it worse
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
that's
what you
because
should
of
do.
that.
And if you think about it, like just from the temperature alone, you can have that make sense in your mind, because you're like, when I take a hot shower, I feel relaxed. I feel more focused on my surroundings instead of what's going on in my brain. You know, I can just mellow out and everything, and your muscles relax. And but when you take a cold shower, all you're doing is tensing yourself up, and you're focused on this one thing. And
Yep. So, and like I said, I'm not saying that it's easy. Like, you know, the first 3 showers that I took, dude, like I was like, man, this is gonna suck. Fucking gonna freeze my balls and shit. But what I've noticed is that was taking me out of my comfort zone. Like, you know, because a warm shower is like really easy. You're just like, it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna enjoy it, yada yada yada. But cold showers, what they do is they take you to that brink of your comfort zone, and once you take it your comfort zone actually increases.
yeah,
So, and like when, like my brother's the one that actually told me to do it, and I told him like, dude, it's gonna suck, yada yada, and he said like, all of those excuses that you're throwing right now are probably the same excuses that you're doing for stuff that you're putting off.
yeah,
And, you know, and I thought about, for example, the podcast is one, right?
yeah,
And it's like, oh, I don't have time. I've been really busy. Like, you know, it's taking away time from my family, yada, yada, yada. And then once I started taking the cold showers, I'm like, no, the podcast really isn't taking time away from my family. Like, you know, I'm just not having quality time with them on the rest of my time that I have with them.
yeah,
Which is different.
yeah.
So, like I said, like, don't believe me. Just try it and see how many excuses you can come up for not taking that fucking first cold shower, and then think about stuff that you've been putting off.
Well, that circles back to what you were originally saying about staying within your own comfort zone. You know, the thing that is brought to my mind is, you know, like the technology that we have available, all the different services that we have available. You know, like whether they be like that nice little coffee shop on the corner, or we got all these cool little apps on our phone and stuff that just make our life that much easier and more comfortable. I mean, how much harder is it for a human being now to get out of their own comfort zone than it was, say, 50 years ago?
Oh no, yeah, a lot. I mean,
if you want to test that, try doing a handwritten letter.
Yeah, dude, watch Cinderella Man.
Oh my god, dude. That was such a harsh movie. Yeah,
you want to see what it was like. Watch Cinderella Man. Like, dude, the fucking guys didn't have the technology that we have now, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, there's no more jobs.
Yeah, and there really was no more jobs. Like, there was an actual excuse for not going to work.
And you know, and it's like, okay, there's no more jobs, and then you as a man, you're like, I still have a family to feed, though. That doesn't change.
Yeah. Well, see, those movies like Cinderella Man, and there's another one I'll tell you about that's actually strangely motivational for me. Cinderella Man is one of those movies that's like, I believe, like a pure guy movie. Like, good for getting you pumped up and everything. It wouldn't seem that way, but when you actually watch the story of James Braddock, like, okay, the guy, he got kicked out of boxing pretty much, right?
Yeah, for an injury.
And the injury was sustained in a previous fight, but he concealed it so that he could make money fighting. And this was to make sure that his family gets fed and has a place to stay and hopefully keeps the electricity on. Mm-hmm. So he loses that. And the first thing he does is he goes to the docks to try to get a shift. And he does this every day. And it gets so bad at some point that he finally goes in and gets relief from the state office. And he actually starts getting more shifts. But then
I was just gonna say, if you don't know what the docks are, just think about all of those guys that go to Home Depot and wait outside trying to get somebody to like, hey, well, $10 an hour and you pay for lunch.
Yeah, and for real work, like
Yeah.
an actual real physical labor job. And at the same time, like his hand's still broken, so he's working on the docks with a broken hand. He's doing all this to feed his family. And then he finally starts boxing again. And what does he do when he starts getting money? He pays back his relief, because he doesn't need it anymore.
Yep.
And I think it was like right after the championship, like right after he won, like he actually started his own business and started hiring a bunch of people.
I think so. Like
that's a guy
I
movie, man.
Yeah, I really don't know like much of his like post life. All I know is that he even got called for was it World War II or Vietnam?
I think it was World War II, dude.
Yeah, and he served honorably too. Like he came back.
Yeah. I mean, he's a man's man.
Yeah, I mean, if you like guys, if you want to get your fucking balls back, follow Jimmy's example. Like,
yeah, and I think like I said, it's one of those movies that's strangely motivational, but it's more geared towards being a motivational film. The other one that motivates me, and I don't know exactly why, is Limitless.
Limitless. Oh, the one with what's his face?
Yeah, the A-Team guy.
The pills. You take the pill and
he takes the pills and it allows him to use a majority of his brain.
I can't think of his name, dude. Fucking Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his
name? Oh shit. Hang on. I'll get it.
Sniper. American Sniper. What's his name? What's his fucking name?
Oh my god. I'm gonna do this. Bradley Cooper.
Oh, there you go.
Bradley Cooper. So yeah, it's one of those movies that's oddly motivational for me.
Sorry, Mr. Bradley Cooper, for forgetting your name.
He'll be on the podcast one day, and he'll mention this episode and be like, "You assholes couldn't even remember my name."
It'll be like, "Hey, I called you Rocket."
Yeah. We did our best, man. But it was one of those movies. You're like, right after he takes it, like, okay, just start the movie off. This is a spoiler alert. Start the movie off. He's in a really, really big slump in his life, right? He's a writer. He hasn't written anything for months, but he has a book contract that he hasn't written one word for. He has no money. His girlfriend leaves him, and he ends up meeting his ex-wife's brother. The guy gives him a pill, and it enhances his brain, so to speak. And then that night, when he takes it, he writes like a third of the book. He cleans up his apartment. And then, like the movie goes on and he becomes a stockbroker and all that stuff. But anyway, the reason it's motivational is because you see like the one scene, like right after he takes it, and he goes back to his apartment and he starts writing the book and cleaning up and stuff like that. Like I get all pumped up. Like I actually want to clean something. I don't know. It was just one of those movies that, like, oh dude, like, I don't even need the pill as long as I, just stop being such a jackass and like actually put my mind to it and do something. But yeah, Cinderella Man.
Yeah. Well, the one that Limitless, like it's, and then for some people will know about this. Like it's like taking nootropics,
yeah,
but on steroids.
Yeah,
It's
like just expanding your mind.
Yeah, it's just a sense of clarity. Like I've gotten this sense of, and like, I mean, I don't know if this was for you, Lonnie, as well, but like when, like the first time no, it wasn't the first time. It was like the third or fourth time that I smoked weed.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had oh no, it wasn't weed. Never mind. Like weed just gave me that sense of like everything was gonna be okay. Like everything. When I did salvia,
mm-hmm.
so I had an astral trip.
Yeah.
And I saw myself kind of like in a command center, and there was like a bunch of computers, and there was this computer that was like it just had a flow, like a red light of flow, and each and every single red light or whatever represented possible paths and decisions made in my past.
Yeah.
and everything that was there just was perfect. There was no decision that on the yes or no option that was wrong. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
So it for me it gave me that kind of like that sense of not just clarity, not just calmness or centeredness, but like okay, like this is, I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, it doesn't matter because it's all gonna be all right anyway.
Correct. Like the thing that I'm worrying about right now, it's like a fucking, bug compared to like the whole control room or the broadness of that control room that I was like standing in.
Well, I think that the reason a lot of people get frustrated with, those who say like, hey, it's gonna be okay. Like, and those people that actually know, like, dude, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna get through it. The reason they get upset is that they can't see past
Beyond.
that. Yeah, you can't see past that day. And believe me, I've had really shitty days, really really bad days. And now, being a little bit older and having a little bit more experience, I can look at some things, not all things, because I still make mistakes. But I can look at some things and go, this is just today. Yes, it's going to affect tomorrow or the next month or the next year. But you know what? It just sucks that bad right now. And I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to have a, somewhat of a plan formulated. And, when it's really hard to get past that initial phase. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Oh, the baby's crying. Did you hear him?
Oh, I did.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that.
It's all good, buddy. People don't even notice these little breaks, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, like, I think, if you can successfully find ways to pull yourself out of your comfort zone as well as manage certain levels of stress in tough situations. I mean, that's like half the battle of life.
Yeah.
Especially as an adult, and don't you ever wish you could just go back and not give a shit like you did when you were a kid?
It's funny that you bring that up because like I've had that feeling recently. So I've been going through some shit and that I'm not sharing on the podcast, but I came to realize that is kind of like I don't know, I call it like a poor man's mentality.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, well, I instead of saying like, oh, I wish I could go back and change things and like things would be different and stuff, and then I'm like, well, would they really?
And that's the whole thing. You're still the same person, in all of those scenarios. Not to mention the fact that going to the past and changing things scares the shit out of me, and I don't want to fuck anything up because of the butterfly effect. But
well, I mean, no, but like, let's say the butterfly effect doesn't really have an effect. Let's say you can go.
Like direct manipulation.
Yeah, let's just say you can go back and punch that one guy in the face that insulted you, or ask that girl out and find out that she was actually a lesbian or something, or you just like, I'll keep it simple, like getting married and not getting married, having kids and not having kids. Like, I mean, if you think about it, like that thinks about going back to the past and changing stuff is because you already know what happened.
Yeah.
But if you...
Oh, there's excitement in the unknown.
Right. So if you go back to, the you of like 20 years old and you tell them like, hey, dude, like in a couple of days you're going to meet so-and-so, just fucking run the other way. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Most likely that 20-year-old you is going to go like, fuck you, dude. Like, like, I don't believe you. I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
and you're gonna probably be in the same spot that you were today. You know.
Yep, thinking back on, like, there was that future me, and I didn't even fucking listen to him.
Yeah, today you would have been like, man, I should have listened to myself.
And then it just becomes an endless loop.
Yeah. And speaking of loops.
Oh, God.
Well, this has been on the set list for a while. And I was like, I wanted to talk about The Flight of the Navigator.
Oh, dude, such a good movie.
I made my son watch it, and he liked it.
I had forgotten how slow it gets off.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty fucking slow. Oh, my God, it's slow.
And how corny the acting is and stuff. But that's one of those movies, like, we've discussed this before. There's those certain types of movies that you watch when you were a kid, then you go back and watch it, and you're like, oh, my God, this movie sucks. Okay, I'm gonna be real honest. With The Flight of the Navigator, yeah, the acting sucks. You realize it as you get older. I mean, it's Sarah Jessica Parker's in it, and she sucks now. She sucked back then.
She was she the
she was that
girl,
the person that, yeah, she had the colored like the pink hair, like she always changed her hair colors. It was in the early 90s.
Yeah,
or it was the 80s. No, that was the 80s. And yeah, she was like the person that came in and brought him food and stuff when he was at the NASA facility. But yeah, it's one of those movies that I can go back and I can still enjoy it, and it's rare that you can have that type of nostalgia with a movie anymore.
Yeah, my kid liked it, and but the reason why I wanted to bring it up is because, in a previous podcast, Lonnie sent me or made me watch this video. It's called The Minute Time Machine.
Oh,
so
God.
If you haven't seen The Minute Time Machine, this will not make fucking sense. So pause this, go watch The Minute Time Machine, and then come back. So.
Yep, I'm going to put it down on the set list so I remember to link it in our show notes.
So assuming that you already watched this link of the 1 Minute Time Machine, with Flight of the Navigator, it kind of falls under the same scenario. And it's
pretty much.
And it's kind of fucked up because technically that kid committed suicide.
Several times
by going back into the past, and you don't know how many times he had to go back to
fix his fuck up.
Correct. So if you think about it, like there's this endless parallel universes out there where this kid just fucking disappeared, and his parents probably were like, oh, he probably got kidnapped and murdered or somewhere.
Well, I heard a really interesting theory not too long ago. It was basically along the same lines, like if you were to go back in time, like you're essentially just going to another parallel universe. But the theory was like, instead of that, what you're actually doing is you're creating a parallel universe. You're not just going into a parallel universe that was, let's say, dormant.
Oh, okay.
Until you changed it. You're actually creating an entire universe with its own history and backstory and future. And you're not just recreating yourself. You're actually recreating everyone around you that is there, that ever was there, and ever will be. And so, because of that theory, time travel is essentially immoral. Because you're not just taking yourself along for the ride.
Yeah.
You're creating this entire, environment of people with you that have to live along the same timeline. However, you go back to the butterfly effect, because of your change in decision that affects this, which affects that, which affects this, and now 100 people die because you chose this.
Right.
That those people didn't even need to exist in the first place, but you wanted to go back in time. So
that is,
it fucks with your mind a little bit, but
yeah. So I guess I wish I would have seen 1 Minute Time Machine, and then revisited Flight of the Navigator.
Because you essentially think that the kid is an asshole.
Yeah, essentially. But no, it was. I was just like, man, that's pretty fucked up. But that being said, the movie was actually pretty deep. Like,
and it was Pee Wee Herman is the android, right?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. I mean,
not android, but
he
robot.
doesn't do the Pee Wee voice, except for like.
He does the laugh.
Yeah, he does the laugh a couple times, but he doesn't do the voice, which was kind of nice, I think. That way he didn't use like his popularity to like sell the movie that much.
Yeah.
So,
which is annoying.
Yeah. But no, but like saying like that movie's actually pretty deep in the sense that, you know, I've been watching when I was a kid, we watched this movie probably and thinking like, oh, Ghost in Space or whatever. But
you didn't even think about the time travel
exactly.
that much.
But you were learning about time traveling. You were learning about science. I mean, just can you imagine bending time and space?
No, that's why I don't like to. You know, and I mean, there's so many of those good movies that just kind of like got lost.
Yeah.
You know, and there was one shitty movie about time and stuff that I saw. Is it the 13th Floor? Is that what it was called?
I don't know.
Anyway, that was one of those really shitty movies. But there was a newer one about time travel.
What was that about? The 13th Floor.
Oh God, it's really hard for me to remember everything that happened because I was just so fucking bored. It has a few like, you know, not highly known actors.
No. I know. I told you one it's on YouTube too. It's by the BBC, I believe. It's Room 42. Did you see that one?
Yes.
That one was actually pretty good.
I did watch that. Yes, it's actually pretty good. And the other one that it was an indie film.
Yeah, Primer.
Primer.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a good movie.
That was a good fucking movie.
It was also really messed up.
Yeah. There's Time Crimes. That's a Spanish one.
I haven't seen Time Crimes.
Time Crimes is pretty messed up.
But some of my favorite things to do, like one of them is to go back and look at trailers from older movies. You know, like the original trailers. I'm not talking like these fan-made ones.
Right.
You know, like the original trailer that they showed in theaters when there used to be only like 2 trailers before the movie would start in a theater, and now there's like 20.
Yeah. 2 trailers and like if you fusion the 2 of them, they'll give you the entire movie.
Yeah. And they were so bad. I mean,
they would give you the entire movie.
But I would say that I remember trailers better from watching VHS tapes. You know, like the trailers that were on those.
Yeah.
Like, even though most of the time you fast forwarded through. Oh, which, by the way, that's a phrase that a lot of people now don't understand.
Oh, the fast
forward or rewind.
Yeah. What do they say now? Like just
skip.
Click in front, click backwards.
Yeah. Or change, you know. You know, and because when you're looking at a video on YouTube, you don't say like, you know, fast forward to, you know, minute 38 seconds or whatever. You say skip to, because you're not fast forwarding, you're not rewinding, and that was a whole thing when you got VHS tapes. You had to rewind the VHS before you took it back to the video store, or else they'd charge you a fee.
Yeah, they charge you $1 for rewinding a fucking movie. I'm like, are you kidding me, bro?
But you think about it, how many people were not rewinding that they actually had to do that shit until rewinder machines came out? Did you guys have one of those?
No, we actually were I guess like updated. We had the VHS that had the fast forward and rewind buttons.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had those too, but like the speed rewind.
Oh, no,
those...
yeah, I did have one of those. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like, it was just a little box that you
could put 2 at the same time, and then you hit rewind like the normal rewind, and then you have like fucking turbo rewind.
Yeah, and I remember seeing my dad reading through the user's manual for the one that we got, and it said something like don't do the like the full speed rewind on any given VHS tape more than like 100 times or something like that.
What?
Because it actually wears out the tape and it could break it. So, Oh man, 90s problems.
Yeah, I know.
It's just crazy.
It's really like shit. Like I remember, like people, like I know, like some kids still know what CDs are, but we're coming to the point where like CDs are not going to be known anymore.
Well, yeah, and even
Like everything,
like
everything's
even using a thumb drive.
yeah, I know.
That's going to be
Dude,
obsolete.
everything's like digital and streaming.
Yeah.
Like,
And for the most part, some of these services out there are just as good as having your analog version. They're just as fast.
yeah.
It's crazy. Well, you think about just the change in internet speeds from like modem days. And then remember DSL.
It's like, oh,
AOL.
I'm in.
Dude, did you have AOL Instant Messenger?
No, I was a Hotmail.
Oh, you were one of those. I did
I was
that.
a Hotmail kid.
What was that? That program that you could have like multiple accounts in one? I think it was like it's Trillion. I think they still have it. Trillion.
No, I didn't use. I had them individually. Like I had Yahoo Messenger and I had Hotmail Messenger.
Oh my god, they still have this
MSN
software.
Messenger is what it used to be called, not Hotmail Messenger.
I saw somewhere somebody was saying that you can download the original AOL Messenger.
This is how bad it was, Lonnie. Like I had an Alta Vista account.
Hell yeah. I didn't have an account, but I remember Alta Vista.
If you guys don't know,
I mean, the search.
Alta Vista was like the first Google.
Is Metacrawler still around?
Dude, I don't know. I think Alta Vista.
Crawler.
I think Alta Vista's still around though.
Dude, Metacrawler's still around. Holy shit. And it looks almost the exact same. Let's see, Alta Vista. Dude, this is crazy.
No, Alta Vista doesn't exist anymore. Is it?
Wasn't it just altavista.com?
Yeah, sends me to Yahoo.
Oh, it's Yahoo.
I still remember my address though. Like I don't remember my password, but it was leader7 at altavista.com.
Let's see. Let me look up websites from the 90s. I gotta see this. 7 ancient abandoned websites that still work. Let's see. Space Jam?
I don't know what that is.
Is it just spacejam.com?
Like the movie Space Jam?
Oh, nope, they took it down. It used to be spacejam.com, but it was owned by Warner Brothers, and they took that one down. Internet Explorer is evil.com.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either.
Ask Dr. What about Ask Jeeves? Does that still work?
No.
Wow. I'm trying to look at these. You've Got Mail. Oh, for the movie. You'vegotmail.com.
Oh.
Dude, there's a lot of them. The Robert De Niro page, 1999. Wow. The Klingon Language Institute.
How about Rotten? Is that one still on?
Yes, it is. Yes.
I remember it.
Dude, okay. Does Lycos still do the chat room stuff?
I have no clue.
Do you remember those?
I remember those.
Like, one of my favorite things to do was to like go in there and troll people.
I used to do that all the time
Lycos, chat rooms. Let me see this. Yep, they still have still the coolest free chat rooms online.
Wow. Now I'm wondering if they still have Latin chat. I used to use that one.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Dude, oh my god, it almost looks the same. I mean, they smoothed out some of the edges and stuff, but dude, it looks the same.
So weird.
Oh, but except now you can log in with Facebook.
Oh, so I wanted to, like, since we're on the topic of like entertainment and shit, like I sent you a video, Lottie, and I want you to put that link up.
Okay, where did you send it to me? Did you send it through Skype?
No, I sent it on Messenger
through...
like last week, didn't I? About the two bitches fighting.
Oh, okay, yes.
Have you seen that video?
Yes. This is, you mean in the cars? Yes, it's like and I responded with the new GTA is so realistic. But are you sure that's a woman that's on the ground getting her ass beat?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down in the show notes as well.
It was just one of those videos where, you know, like I woke up, I opened Facebook, and it was there.
Okay,
but
see, I'm trying to update like all of our stuff. You know, like I do have in the show notes. I've been putting the website link, our email, and I've been wanting to put like, you know, some show notes of like what we talked about, but like put in links of certain things that we talked about. So, and I can also put those up on the website too.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
And now that we have a YouTube account,
it's the
or a YouTube channel rather.
So subscribe.
Subscribe. I gotta do like that stupid ass commentary. Like, if you like this video, then press subscribe. So I could have my face like with the finger pointing up at the subscribe button.
It's like, you know what you know what you want to do, right? You want to hit that button.
Come on, man.
Subscribe button.
I should just do a video of me like, you know, sitting there for like 2 minutes straight, just like, come on, man. Seriously, just come on, just.
It'll be like, you know who
it.
did that? Harold and Kumar, like on their DVD.
Oh yes, they
They're
did.
just driving. And it's like, come on, man, just hit fucking play.
Yeah, dude, that was one of the. Okay, that's another thing that people are gonna miss out on, pretty soon here, because movies are all streaming and stuff.
Yeah,
is all the DVD
bonus material.
Like, oh my gosh! And one of the best ones that was getting really good right before Blu-rays came out was the those little scenes that they had at the menu.
Yeah.
Like some of the best ones I've seen. I think oh my gosh, what was that fucking movie? It was a cartoon. I'm trying to think of Ice Age does really good ones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, like, yeah. And the best ones were the long ones. They were long loops. And then the other ones were like ones that changed according to what you did, like what you chose. You know, those were cool. God, man, we're getting old.
Dude.
We're talking about DVDs like they're ancient.
They kind of are, though.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't that like high school when they came out?
You're such a grandpa.
Do we really have kids that young listening to us that would, you know, not even think of VHS?
I think I don't think that's our target audience. If we do have, though, like, they're probably going like, what the fuck are these like old folks talking about?
Email in with your response.
But anyways, we digress. Yeah, bitches be crazy. That's all I'm gonna say about that video. Like, I don't want to spoil it. I want you guys to watch it because it's really fucked up and funny at the same time.
Which reminds me, okay, lately I've noticed that people are getting much, much worse at driving. And I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but women are the worst. Every time I get cut off, every time someone does something insane on the road, I'm sorry, 9 times out of 10, it's a woman. And it brings me to my next point. When I left work at 10:30 on last night, and I swear to God, as soon as I turned, there was 4 incidents that happened to me within 2 miles. Now, these didn't, 2 of these didn't involve women. The other 2 did. The first one, I go to pull around the corner to go down one of the main streets to get to the freeway, and as soon as I turn the corner, some dude just runs right out in front of the car. I mean, it's 10:30 at night, but he just darts right out in front of the car.
Dude, was this like?
And
I'm sorry. What is this like? The ones that like that one video that they have there on why you should have a dash camera in China?
Kinda, yeah. But he wasn't trying to get hit. I think he was just high.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Spokane is like the meth capital of the West Coast, you know. But the dude just darts out in front of me. I honk at him, and he just stared at me for a couple of seconds and then ran off. And then the next thing that happens is I'm driving down the hill, and I'm getting close to. You remember the Maple Street Bridge? There was 2 bridges next to downtown Spokane.
Oh,
and
yeah,
where you can see the waterfalls.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I'm coming down the hill on Maple, and this kid on a skateboard. He's kind of like, there's not a lot of cars around, and it was pretty open when he was out in the street, and he's just kind of skating across the street, but he's kind of taking his time doing it. He's got the time, and he gets over close to the curb, and he kind of like slides his board with his left foot. And the board hits the curb, and it bounces back into the street. And at that moment, 2 cars are coming on the what is my left side of the road. And the kid tries to run out in front of the cars to stop him from running over his skateboard, realizes that jumping out in front of cars is a stupid idea, so he jumps back, and these 2 cars run over his skateboard. Now, I assumed it was his only mode of transportation because he lost his fucking mind and threw the remnants of his skateboard all over the place, cursing and yelling. Then, not even a half mile later, some lady just in her big truck just whips out right in front of me. Like, I'm in the middle lane. She had to come 2 lanes from a parked spot on the road to just jump out in front of me. And then about a quarter mile after that, some lady, another one which I assume is on drugs, just runs out into traffic, starts screaming and yelling, and then runs off. It was the weirdest thing. Like I said, like in a matter of 2 miles, I had 4 different incidents of people just losing their minds. And I had to look up, see if it was a full moon, because it was just fucking crazy. And I started to wonder, I'm like, is there a concert that's happening and everybody's just on drugs? Because it was just insane. It's like chaos. It was like the Purge had hit.
Oh, man. Now I'm wondering how that kid got home.
Oh, yeah. And it was downtown Spokane. I mean, there's not a whole lot of housing right around that area.
Be honest, if you would have been the one that ran over that fucking skateboard, would you would have stopped?
Probably.
I wouldn't. I would have just kept driving.
Well, that guy didn't. I mean, the 2 cars that did, they didn't. They just kept going.
Yeah, I probably would have kept going too. Be like, fuck, that's what you fucking get for, like...
Do you call your insurance for that?
I mean, know, it's like, dude, I just mauled a fucking skateboard.
I mean, it was his fault, but, yeah, I don't know. I would have stopped to see if he was okay, but the problem with that is that I would feel like a dumbass as soon as I pulled over, because now he's going to expect me to pay for it.
Exactly.
Even though he did it.
I'd be like, bro, well, next time don't throw your fucking skateboard to the curb.
It looked like he was, I can think back on it.
Okay, let's just put it this way. If you're not, like, Chat Muska or Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like, material...
Bam.
Then, no, I'm not paying for your fucking skateboard.
You would pay for their skateboard, though?
Well, actually, I should rephrase that. Don't fucking ride a skateboard.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's a better idea.
Yeah.
And even more so, don't use rollerblades.
Yeah, well.
And even more than that, don't use roller skates.
What's wrong with rollerblades, though? Like,
I don't know. You've seen do you remember that show Human Giant?
Yeah, I think Bill Burr has a bit, though, on, like, rollerblades and stuff. Like, somebody just decided to go, fag! And then you just put them away.
And then rollerblades were out.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's essentially what happened is, like, it was probably just some random guy that, just happened to have a little bit of popularity pull with his friends. And he just couldn't skate, so he just started calling all these people that used rollerblades fags. And, like, that just extended out into the community, and then all of a sudden, Now you're a homosexual if you use rollerblades.
I tried rollerblades when I was a kid.
And
I like them better than skates. I had skates too.
I think skates are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
I mean, you can really hurt yourself with 4 wheels on each foot.
Yep. And then the brake is on the front foot, like
Yeah.
like ice skates.
Yep, but rollerblades, I mean, they're all
I should say figure
inline skating.
Yeah. Yeah, rollerblades were nice though because they had the brake on the back. I felt safer.
That's when roller hockey got pretty popular.
Yeah, I felt safer with rollerblades than I did with whatchamacallem.
With skates.
Well, skates and a skateboard.
I don't know if I felt unsafe with skateboards. I just never knew how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I've tried a few times, but I just suck at that type of coordination.
Well,
I'm a large guy, so
yeah,
it just makes it difficult.
See, to me, it's like I just couldn't get over the fact that I was gonna fucking fall a lot.
Yeah.
And then I saw like all the scrapes and broken bones that everybody else had, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll just go play volleyball.
Yeah, how about fuck that?
I was able to master a kickflip and the ollie though, like so.
Well, there you go, and that's all you need,
Yeah,
right?
bucket list. I think now if I step on a skateboard, I'd probably be like, oh shit.
You know what one of the most frustrating things nowadays is like skateboarding and stuff like that. It's not like it wasn't popular before we were kids, because it was.
Yeah.
But it just gained a lot of popularity when we were kids, right?
Yeah.
And the thing that sucks nowadays is fads don't last very long. So, like, I mean, how confused were we as high schoolers when we were high schoolers? You know, like trying to kind of fit in, trying to get like like at least look like you're trying to have the clothing that is in style, you know, and that would last for a while. It would be certain type of haircut or something like that you would get or whatever. Or there's some brand new thing that you would have. And nowadays it changes like weekly.
Yeah. Do you remember the guys that had like the bleach hair like on the front of their hair?
Yeah, I actually tipped my hair.
Oh my god.
Just once.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll show you.
That is fucked up.
I spiked my hair and I tipped it before I went to the school dance. Yep.
See? Oh man, that's funny. Making Backstreet Lonnie over here.
I thought that's how you get laid. I
remember that I used to comb my hair back, and then I started doing like the front to the side, and then just like get the curls up, and everybody's like, "Oh, you should bleach this." Like, and I'm like, "Oh, I should not." Like, I'm like so fucking ridiculous. Like you know.
As a Mexican, I don't advise that.
And then they had like the one where they had like a mullet.
Yeah.
Like mullets came back for a while, and then like
just for a little while.
Yeah, just for a little, and then like the tomahawk thing haircut.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, dude, that looks so fucking stupid. Like,
well, now it's just growing your hair out and not giving a shit.
Well, that's
growing a beard.
That's if you're hipster, right? But but like the one they have right now is that they do, it's like the side, but they, instead of you making the line with your own hair, they just fucking cut.
Shave it.
Yeah, they just shaved that one rectangle thing, and so you have the line already set, but you look like a fucking fag, dude. I don't know, like,
dude, I can't stand the look now. Like the whole beard thing is just really old.
as I have a big beard right now.
No, I'm talking like the full on lumberjack thing where it it was fun for a little while.
Yeah.
It really was. It was cool. It's like you see guys, like now they're growing beards. You're like, oh, that's cool. And now it's just like, okay, everybody has a fucking beard. like girls are starting to have beards. It's fucking ridiculous. Can we just stop? You know, and then of course everybody's got to wear some type of button-up shirt now.
Yeah.
But of course they're also wearing pants that squeeze out your legs like a tube of toothpaste. I don't know. It just doesn't seem manly.
Are emo kids still around, or is that like gone?
They are, just not as much as they were.
Mm.
Because that went hand in hand with the whole long hair phase. You know, like when kids were just like growing their hair out and they would just like kind of cover their face. And they'd whip their hair and shit. But now it's kind of like subsided a little bit. Now we have what is it? Technogoth or whatever.
Technogoth?
You've seen that shit. You've never seen Technogoth?
No.
Dude, just go look up.
I don't think goth and techno go along.
Oh, then you should watch some videos on how they dance.
What the fuck? Oh,
it is the most disturbing shit. Here, in fact, you're gonna watch it real quick because we got a little bit of time left. Let me see.
Okay, as you send me this link, I'm gonna like make a little thing because I know you wrote in here a question about if hand-to-hand combat was the only thing allowed in war. Who's the most deadly country?
Yes.
I think Russia.
I think Russia too. Either that or the Israelis.
Well, fucking Russia Sistema, dude. Have you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Holy
I was
fuck.
just thinking. I was thinking of that, and I was thinking of Krav Maga, and I was thinking of the two, and I was like, those might be the last ones standing.
Yeah.
But here, okay, it's Cyber Goth and Techno Goth. But here, this video is called. This was 5 years ago, dude. So I am apparently behind the times. Let me see. Share. Get the link here for you. I'm going to send it to you in Messenger so it's in your browser. Okay? Okay, here it comes. You enjoy this shit.
That's what she said.
Now, you tell me when you start the video.
Why?
So I can kind of describe what's happening.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta be on Facebook, right?
On Messenger. You just let me know. Now, this shit is disturbing to me only because they're nerds, which is totally fine. I used to hang out with nerds. I am a nerd, but they're pushing so hard to be liked by other nerds now that it's just ridiculous. Whereas before, when I was in high school, the nerds didn't try to gain the approval of their peers. They just knew that, like, okay, this is the way it is.
Alright, I'm starting.
Okay, so what Zumi's watching right now is this really awkward, like, preparation for a dance with all of these... I mean, they look like goth kids, but they also have like lights and bright colors on their dark clothing. And the dances they do are just so incredibly awkward.
The fuck am
Do you see this shit? And they're all doing basically the same thing. They're doing these weird hand movements.
Okay, so if you've seen White Chicks, when Terry Crews is dancing with the whistle and stuff, that's what
Yes.
what this reminds me of. Except they're wearing like gas masks and like the long trench coats and shit. And
yes, it's like a weird mix between goth, like European techno club, and steampunk. Right?
yeah, but it doesn't.
I know it's hard to describe, isn't it?
It's like watching the Power Rangers, like when they do their moves and stuff, like and they throw like hiya. Like I can put the Power Rangers audio in the background and be like hiya hiya, and it'll totally fit.
See, I just want to know what happened, like, because how many kids are there?
There's
Like 30 of them?
yeah, there's a few. There's quite a
And
bit,
I
actually.
want to know what would happen if like somebody that wasn't part of that group just showed up and like walked through the middle of them. Would they all stop?
You know what?
Like all
Wally,
embarrassed?
I got it. I totally fucking got it.
Okay.
If you see Napoleon Dynamite's dance routine at the end, that's
Yes.
what it looks like.
A lot like that, yes. Just a lot of hand movements, not much for the foot movements. And they stop a lot. And then like when the beat drops, like they just go crazy and and then this kid with the white shirt on that's like bloody is just kind of awkward.
All right, I can't watch them no more. This is. I probably, you know what it would have been. How weird would it be, Lonnie, or how surprised would you have been if I'd be like, "Oh, dude, I totally dig this shit. Like, I want to do this."
I would have stopped the call and not even have posted the recording and. But yeah, well there you go. I had to show you that. I can't believe you haven't seen that shit.
No, like I did. No, it's pretty messed up though.
Well, we're getting pretty close here to 2 hours. I mean, even with the couple of breaks that we had,
Okay.
It'll give us enough time to do the outro and your little outro monologue.
Well, what is that supposed to mean, dude?
Well, I like your story, Zumi. All right, so you ready? I'll do the outro, and we'll save the rest of the content that we have for the next podcast. Sure. Which doesn't. I mean, we hit a lot this week.
We did.
I think we only missed a couple of things for this week, and then maybe a couple remainder things from the previous weeks. So, all right. Well, let me go ahead and do the outro here. Let me get a drink of water first, since this shit is a task. Ugh. Okay. This episode of the Nothing Better to Listen To podcast can be downloaded on iTunes, Google Play, or directly from shoutengine.com. You can go to our website at nbtltpodcast.com. You can also send us an email with anything you want to say, whether it be a comment, you want us to answer a question, or if you want some really bad advice from two guys that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Our email is mail@nbtltpodcast.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook. You can find us and follow us on Twitter at NBTLT Podcast. And we still have our old email, and I do still check it, which is nbtltpodcast@gmail.com.
Cheap bastard.
And you can you can also find us on Reddit, and I still post our episodes on Reddit if you're using Reddit a lot, which I know that a lot of people are.
One of those guys.
Yeah, one of those thread readers. It's at reddit.com/r/NBTLT. Oh, and I almost forgot, our bumper music is, of course, provided by bensound.com. And I might change it up a little bit. Not all, maybe the outro music, not the intro. I kind of like the intro music.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, that's fine. Like,
I think the outro music should be like a 30-second clip of just the song we pick for that week, since it's still technically legal.
I mean, I definitely don't want like a lawsuit.
Maybe I'll just play it all backwards.
Cease and desist.
Once I get the first cease and desist letter, then I'll stop.
That'll be funny though. Anyways,
well,
I don't have a rant per se. I just had a thought, and
that's what we're gonna call it. Zumi's final.
My final thought,
Kinda
like Jerry,
like Jerry's final cut.
And now for my final thought. Let me tell you what I really think about abortion. Oh man, you gotta watch that Louis C.K. dude. Netflix.
I have it on Netflix. I have it on.
That's
my
his
list.
opening statement. Let me tell you what I think about abortion. Like,
just break the ice.
Fuck. No, but there's I've heard of this before, where at least for a man, like sometimes taking a piss is about as equal. You get about as equal pleasure as coming, right?
I would agree sometimes.
Right. Well, there's always that like I've heard that before, and I agree. Like, there's some times where I really had to take a massive fucking piss where it just was not happening.
Like a road trip piss.
And then all of a sudden, like when you finally get to the restroom, you're doing like the fucking pee-pee dance, and you feel like a little kid that doesn't know how to like unzip his pants.
Yeah, because your brain sees the toilet now.
And it's like, oh, toilet, I want to pee. But and then once you take your fucking dick out and stuff, you don't pee. You still hold it.
It's not like you open up the fire hose as soon as you unzip.
You still hold it for like a second or two, and then you fucking explode. And that feeling, that initial feeling, it's so pleasurable.
Ecstasy.
Like, yeah. Except, if you have to piss like a fucking racehorse about a minute into it, you like get no relief anymore, and water's still coming out, and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Dude, I've been having those long pees lately in the morning. Like the really long ones.
Yeah.
You know the ones I'm talking about. Like, you don't know exactly how long it is because you're still half asleep. You just know that you're about to pass out because you've been standing there.
Yeah.
You're like, come on.
Anyways, there's another thrilling feeling like that one that I'm debating, right? So I need an opinion.
Okay.
Essentially. But that is like getting head on a highway.
Okay, roadhead.
Yeah, roadhead. So is there
unsafe?
Right, it's unsafe, but it's actually pretty enjoyable, right? Like you're going at high speeds. There's other car. There's like that excitement of like, oh, if we get caught or whatever. If a guy sees me, then I give me the fucking thumbs up, and then I go like, yeah, she's fucking going at it. It's kind of like a road high five if you think about it.
Sure. Yeah. Are you asking advice?
No, I'm not asking for advice. I just had that thought.
Hey, say Zumi, any way that you want to suck a guy's dick,
no,
go ahead. Whether it be on the road or in a bed or on a couch. You
took it completely out of context.
Oh, okay. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Or I mistook your sexual origin.
But anyways, and then there's, I can't remember where I was going with this, Lonnie. Thank you.
But this is why we have this section. It's for this.
It's just a thought. Well, I'm just saying.
It's just a thought.
Roadhead is pretty amazing. I guess it's
okay. We can go with that.
Although I do have a kind of like a slight concern.
Okay.
And that is that, like,
other cars.
No, not the other cars. Is where do you fucking throw the load?
Well, I do have an answer, but I don't think it's going to please the ladies.
Well, I mean, that's my thought too. But if you want to be a gentleman,
do you have a Gatorade bottle? I mean, one of the large ones. You might need one of the small ones.
Are you asking for my permission, or like? Well, I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a roadhead story. Like, okay, so I am.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay, so there I am. I'm getting head on the road. Shit. No shit, Sherlock. And I don't think I want to share the story, actually.
Oh, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do that.
I want to do that.
Start off with a good roadhead story, and then you're just gonna cut it off.
Well,
like
because now, yeah, like Mr. Bobbitt. The penis is on its way. Did you find that audio, by the way?
Yes, I did. Oh my god,
I'm not touching that.
Let me see.
Did you see? Did you see it? Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Oh yeah, I gotta put. There's a few things I gotta put in the show. Well, I might post most of this to the website. Oh, it'd be fucking good content.
Oh my god, that fucking audio, dude. I'm not touching that.
So yeah, we got a few good, a couple good videos and some good audio that we need to put up.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Lonnie. When we hit 10,000, because that's the new
Downloads.
goal. 10,000 downloads.
Okay.
I will tell the Roadhead story.
Okay, you heard it, people. What you need to do is you go and make sure you're on Wi-Fi. Go and download the podcast, delete it, download it again, delete it, and do this. Let's say, okay, so we have, about 250, almost 300 listeners, right? Okay, so all you have to do is do that. What's the math on that? How many times each listener needs to do this?
Around 3, right? Or 30?
30. Wait. Okay, so let's just say 250. So 10,000.
No, because three. If they do it 3 times, that'll be 900. So if they do it 30 times, that'll be 9,000.
250. I'm gonna go with the safe bet. So with 250, it's 40 times. So all you have to do is, let's say, just download this episode, delete it, download it again. Like I said, make sure you're on Wi-Fi or else your data will be fucked, because our episodes are like 80 to 100 megabytes each. Yeah, just download it a few times. Zoomy will tell us a fantastic, wonderful story about the wonderful land of Roadhead.
But like I said, until then, it'll stay as a thought.
Doesn't Roadhead sound like it'd be the name of a street in a random portion of Alabama?
Or a movie.
Yeah.
Roadhead.
Roadhead. It's the sequel to Roadhouse.
I know. Roadhead. Oh man.
Coming soon.
Dude, that'd be fucking hilarious. We hit 10,000. I would have to dress like Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse. And call it Roadhead.
We should do that. We should do little things like, I'll do this or you'll do that if we hit this. Like if we get this many listeners or this many downloads. I could do that.
Okay.
Nothing big.
Oh.
Well, not real big. Like your size.
Okay.
All right. Well, now we're starting to ramble. So that is probably going to do it for us this week, Zoom.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, Pig. Right. Oh, by the way, I might not be next week or the following week.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna be. I'm going to the baptism again, but this time I'm gonna be the godfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the other way around.
Yeah. So,
cool.
But I mean, we might have to do like an individual segment. I still don't know.
Yeah, unless you wanted to do one next week or just go to the following.
Yeah,
I don't want to skip past 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe next week.
Yeah,
we'll record again and then get back up.
Yeah, I'll talk to the female. I'll tell her how it is, and I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, well, good. If not, then it's gonna be 3 weeks. Sorry, guys, or not 3 weeks, but it's in an individual segment.
Yeah.
So,
which is fine.
We can do.
I might even read a section from a book.
Oh my god! Don't do that.
No.
Well,
all right.
No, but actually, if you do, let's do the Etiquette for Outlaws book.
Yep. I don't even have it anymore. I think someone borrowed it from me. Oh, was it you?
No, fuck no. If I had that book, I'd be like bragging about it. I'd be like, "Here you go, bud." Like I didn't send it back.
Maybe I need to go to the bookstore or order it from Amazon or something.
Yeah, that book's fucking amazing, by the way.
Yes, very good book. I want the author as a guest.
Yeah.
Or one of the authors. I think there's 2 of them.
But they're like douchebaggos.
You mean like us?
Yeah.
Well, then it'll be interesting.
But worse.
We could argue. That's hard to get much worse than me.
Yeah. I agree. Anyways.
All right, people. Well, you guys have a fantastic week. Or 2 weeks, or whatever it's going to be. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.